Hey guys, hope you're doing fantastic today. In this video, I'm going to show you how the pros are optimizing and conditioning their Meta Pixel to be able to target the most qualified prospects for your business. If you're new to this channel, all we talk about is how to make more money via advanced systems and strategies for high-ticket businesses, whether that's an info product offer or a consulting business. And if you are trying to sell high-ticket, most likely you're generating sales calls where you have a closer who jumps on a video call with someone and they sell someone your service. That's what this video is made specifically for if you're running any type of high ticket funnel. So there are 3 levels to optimizing your pixel, but the main thing here is only letting your pixel fire when there's a qualified prospects, because over time, if you let everyone fire off your pixel, you're going to see way more low quality traffic and essentially a lower ROI on your ad spend. So the first level here is basically to have 2 different confirmation pages. Let's take, if we run a classic VSL call funnel, people click on your ad and they watch your VSL and they probably apply or fill out a questionnaire before they're able to book a sales call. The first thing you can do is just use normal standard browser tracking. So embedding your pixel in the header section of your website on your confirmation pages. And the first level to this is just having 2 different confirmation pages and then filter who lands on each specific page based on the answers in their application or the questionnaire or whatever setup that you're running. This is quite inaccurate when it comes to the pixel. The reason why is because browser tracking is pretty inaccurate in of itself. That's why we only use server tracking with these next 2 levels that I'm going to show you. So if we take it level 2 here, we basically use Zapier to only send the qualified conversions to your pixel, because when you use Zapier, that actually goes through the server side, so it's server to server, instead of just trying to capture it in the browser. So what we then do is for all the applications, we have we use Typeform, and we have the trigger in Zapier as application submitted, and then based on the answers in the application, we then send them, or we create 2 paths, one for the qualified prospects, and we usually qualified for, their financial qualification, how much money they have on hand or how much capital they have. And then for all the people who have our desired amount of capital, as we want our, target avatar to have, we have a step called Facebook conversions, and then you can choose submit application, and you can send their, name, email, phone number, etc. to Facebook. And then for all the people that don't qualify, we don't send that information to Facebook. You can also do this with sales calls. So what we usually do is we only offer sales calls to people who are qualified. And then that is also based on the Typeform answers. So every single person that we get who are even able to book a call, they're already qualified. However, if you're sending everyone through a sales call, no matter if they're qualified or not, and you just let them book directly, and then you have a call confirmation page, then it gets a little bit more tricky when you are trying to filter only the qualified calls, which is why we have level 3 here, and that is basically manual qualification. So you have in your CRM, you have your own group, or you create your own group for qualified calls only. And then, for example, if you use Close.io or if you use Monday as a CRM, you have a trigger. Let's say you use Monday. When item is moved to a specific group and you have a qualified calls only group, and regardless if they purchase or not, if the sales team has spoken to that person and think this person is extremely qualified, we want more people like this, they move them into the qualified calls group, and then you have a trigger when someone is moved to that group and you fire the pixel on that application, or on that call. That is going to be a schedule event. If they're not qualified, they have a different group where they are put into. You do the exact same thing with purchases as well. So when someone purchases on a sales call, you have a purchase group, and then when someone is moved into that group it fires a purchase event, so you can get the purchase information back to Facebook. You can start running lookalikes for purchases. You can, and then you can also get the ROAS and the purchase amounts back into your ads manager. So this is what I recommend having. Obviously, we have the page view event on every single page. If you're running an opt-in page, you can have a trigger. For example, if you're using ClickFunnels, you can have a form submitted and then a manual step inside Zapier for the lead conversion. And then same thing for applications. You can have Zapier set up there for and only let the pixel fire on the qualified prospects who have the most money. And then you can also have for your calls and your purchases, you have a manual qualification with a group inside of your CRM. And once you do this, you won't really notice much of a difference in the beginning, but after, months and months and months, you are going to see a pretty night and day difference on the health of your pixel and who the pixel is actually, showing your ads to. So feel free to copy this setup. It's working extremely well for us. Hope you got some value out of this video. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe. I'm posting our advanced systems and strategies and all our best practices every single week. So if you're an info product owner or high ticket business owner, this will be extremely valuable information and insight for you. So with that being said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.